Welcome back to my channel. My name is Melanie Ferguson and you are watching Southern Crush at Home. Listen, my friend, I am so glad you're here. If you enjoy videos that I make, would you hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell? That would help me out tremendously. In the meantime, I cannot wait to show you how to make this fun DIY. It is going to be an anchor form from the Dollar Tree turned into something amazing in the way of coastal decor. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Okay, let's get this project started. We're gonna take a quick trip to my favorite place, you guys, the Dollar Tree. So I always find tons of fun things in here, but this time I was on a mission to find specifically the supplies needed for this coastal wreath. So obviously I'm going to go straight to the coastal section. It is full of amazing goodies. It all says shore living on it. And I looked immediately for the wreath form. So this anchor wreath form is going to be the base that we're going to use for the wreath that we're going to make. Now, on this project, I had grabbed that nautical wreath but on rope, but I decided to go with these dog toys instead. So I grabbed a couple dog toys, didn't end up using these exact ones, but there are some really cute pieces of rope like this one, and then the white nautical rope as well, and of course the anchor wreath form is what you'll need to make this coastal wreath. So this is probably going to be hands down one of the easiest DIYs ever. You're literally just going to hot glue this white nautical rope all on the outlines of this anchor wreath form. So I tried to make sure and just do a small bead of glue across the top, and I made sure to pull it really taut, so really tight, especially around the corners, so that it actually makes the shape and doesn't just look like, you know, a big blob of rope. So if you just be cognizant of the corners when you actually are gluing this down, it'll make the form turn out much cuter. This is especially true around the circular part here at the top. You just kind of like want to follow it around, otherwise it's just going to look like a big circle. It's not going to have those little marks there. Now, once I got around the entire anchor, I decided to do a little bit of the inside of the anchor as well, but not all of the parts of the anchor. So pay attention here. I'm going to finish this up, getting again around all of the corners, pulling it tight as I go. You should only need one full piece of the nautical rope to get around the whole entire anchor. And I did go ahead and go back and pull it a little bit tighter because it was giving me a little trouble and not reaching. And I put it together and then it all fit. I hope that makes sense. So one rope for the exterior of the anchor, and then the second rope is what I'm using for the inside of the anchor. I started here at the bottom, and when I got to the end piece, I cut the rope, and I actually used a little bit of tape to cover that frayed end so it would glue down really nicely and smoothly. Again, I'm adding the tape to each of the interior pieces that I cut, and I'm just kind of following along the outline of the anchor there, and I'm showing you kind of close up how I actually use the tape just to glue right there around the frayed edges, making it really nice, a nice finish, and gluing it down. So on the two middle pieces, I decided to separate them. I thought it was going to be a better look than going over that middle piece of rope. So I just glued these two pieces to the left and right side of the center of the anchor. Okay, so that is how the rope turned out. I absolutely love it. And I grabbed the dog toy, which looks so similar to like a nautical rope look, and I love the colors. This video does not do the colors justice, but they are like blue and red, and they're so bright in person that it looks really, really good. So I'm showing you how I'm going to use the rope to cover up where the two pieces of rope come together at the base. You'll never see that section that doesn't quite touch. Now I'm just going to glue the knotted dog toy right here. I kind of feel like this dog toy rope is such a wonderful cheat because you don't have to maneuver all these ropes. You don't have to tie your own knots. It's already all done for you. So I'm just gluing it down in a few key places on top of the anchor. And again, I'm making sure to cover up that little spot there with the knots. Okay, here comes the fun part. We are going to add all the fun seashells. Now, sand dollars are one of the hardest things to find in one piece, but I went ahead and added these sand dollars from the Dollar Tree, and then Dollar Tree does sell seashells in a little bag, but I actually had these seashells. So use what you have and just decide how you want them to be assembled at the base. I thought this was a really cute look, so I just kind of added them to the base with some hot glue. Some of these pieces of shells are partial shells, and I just love the way that looks when you put the pieces there that are just kind of like broken and not perfect. All of these shells kind of blend as far as the colors go, and I just love the way that it turned out. So I stacked those two shells on top of each other first and then added them together to the bottom of the wreath. And then this wonderful shell at the end is huge, but it's okay. It makes the wreath really heavy, but the rope part on the back right there is where you can hang it for extra support. I love the way this turned out. I hope you do too. This is a beautiful coastal wreath. It would look great in any home. I hope that you will try this DIY. It is just a couple of supplies from the Dollar Tree, and I think that you'll be pleased with the way that it turns out.